So now we want to do some work on the frog. So there's a couple of things on the Handyman that I want to show you that you may or may not see on some of the other planes. But where the blade seats or sits, depending on how you want to say it, this is painted. So we want to remove that paint. And all of those areas we want flat. So we'll go ahead and flatten those. I don't typically take out the yoke, but I may on this one just to show you that it can be done. Although you want to be extremely careful because you will break it here. And you don't want to do that. We'll clean this up with the wire wheel, the fine wire wheel. And the same up here. We'll clean that up with the fine wire wheel. This paint looks good in here, so we're going to clean that up and leave it. So let's give that a shot. So here's how I do the lateral adjuster with the wire wheel. Got this piece of aluminum. Slide it over. That's to protect the paint. Now you have to use a fine wire wheel like I have here. Again, make sure you've got your safety glasses on. Unless you don't want to see out of both eyes anymore. Then I'll probably touch that up with the deburring wheel. And also touch it up with sandpaper or magic eraser or rust eraser, sorry, or whatever you've got. But the back is good enough, especially for a user. What's down inside of there, I'll just oil well, and it'll never be a problem. Now I'll show a couple different ways that you can flatten the face on this frog. The first one is I've got some sandpaper here on my tabletop, and I'm going to use this lateral engagement as a guide to follow along the edge of the saw, and I'm just going to keep moving it around. That way I get flat, I get the paint removed, which on a Stanley Bailey isn't much of a problem unless some former user has painted it for you. And as you can see, that's actually pretty flat for a Handyman. And usually a bit more work. That right there is all you need. You definitely don't want it smooth because remember, friction is what's going to hold your blade in place. So especially on a Bailey that has a perfectly flat surface in most of these areas, a rough sandpaper is all you need. So I promised you 2 techniques for flattening this frog. So I'll show you the second one. So again, you need a vise. Notice my jaws are lined with aluminum. I don't want to scratch it up or break it. Again, put it in there tight enough to hold it, but not tight enough to spring it or crack it. And then sorry, I'm not used to doing it with a camera to worry about. But just keep doing that, back and forth, all around, keeping off of the yolk. Usually on a Bailey you can't get that flat enough so it's completely out of the way. I guess I haven't done enough handymans to know that you could actually do that. So you could block that up and just keep going until it's flat. If you do have to take that yolk out for whatever reason, it will make this a little easier, but you still got to work around your washer there, or your engagement plate for your blade. So I almost forgot a piece. Probably should have shown it with the frog, but here it is. So this piece right here, as you can see, it's paint, and that's the piece that sits on the frog base. We don't want that paint on there. So we're going to do the same thing we did before and make sure that's nice and flat. So I guess I just learned something about handyman as well. Looks like we have those two as contact and that one not, which probably is better. But we'll see. We'll see how it works.